forms do we have? 4. What are the 4 forms? Simple. The EOLB. Next is what? The hot work, the cold work, and the last one is the confined space. I will discuss it one by one. Okay. So we start first with EOLB. Okay. EOLB permit. This one. Okay. Simple. I made this one so it will be easy. And here's the thing, gentlemen. This one I want you to understand this. This one I want you to understand this. I made this presentation, I made this one, okay? Because I want you to understand it clearly, okay? Here's the thing. The online test, there are 34 questions. 34 questions. Not all question is about work permit system. They will ask you about the hazard and precaution, basically, okay? You remember, I was always pointing out hazard, precaution. So here's the thing. I will review you from your different courses. Hazard recognition course, confined space course, lockout, tagout. So during this module, this last part, I will discuss some of the activity and I will discuss some hazard and precaution. You understand? Is it clear? Is it clear? So here's the thing. Here's the thing. I want you to what? To take picture when I say to take picture. I will tell you when to take picture. Is it clear? Okay? So you will not be disturbed. Okay. So take picture now for the first one and then I will discuss it.
Picture.
Okay. So ready? Okay. 10. Okay. 3, 2, 1. I will start. Okay. So ready? EOLB permit. The yellow one. Okay. EOLB permit is when do you require this? Another word for require, needed. If you're opening a line or an equipment, what are the equipment? Tank, pumps, compressors. Containing, what is containing? Have hazardous material. Okay? And what do we call about the hazardous material? These are flammable or toxic, mainly, commonly. But sometimes it's hot or corrosive. Do you understand me? But mainly, it's flammable and toxic because you are working in an oil and gas plant. Do you agree? Is it clear? Good.
Patay.
Tapos ano doon? Mag-out na. Mag-out na naman.
Ano na sa kanya, sa kanya.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh, I hate you. What's wrong with you? I hate you. Kaliwali. Okay, here we go. Another one is draining, venting, line containing hazardous material. Changing a gasket, okay, containing hazardous material, or swinging a blind, or pipe disconnection of a line containing hazardous material. What is swinging of the? This one, okay? That's why the problem, I want to see you. This one, so just, the blind. You know blind, right? You know
Yes,
blind,
sir.
right? Everybody knows what is blinding, and pipe disconnection. Okay, so I don't need to tell you. I do not need to show you. Okay, here's the thing. So, blind. Okay. This one. I think it's here. It's available here. In my posters. It's not here. It's not here. Okay. Any question? Okay. So here's the thing. Minimum requirement. This one is the most important. Always have minimum requirement. Teacher, what is minimum requirement means? The issuer must always verify the following. They have to consider. What are the things they consider for EOLB? Issuer cannot release, cannot issue this permit without considering the material to be released. Whether it's flammable, toxic, hot, or corrosive. Consider to isolate all ignition sources means they have to stop other activity them before you open a line. Maybe with welding, then you will open a line containing flammable, boom, it will get an explosion. So the welding activity must be stopped, which is an ignition source. For example, another ignition source, if a truck is around the area, they have to stop the truck, or they have to remove them, okay? And consider the wind direction by looking at the windsock. So these are the three things that the issuer must check, which is part of the minimum requirements before issuing EOLB permit. Do I make myself clear? Do I make myself clear? The other group? Okay, good. So, now, we are talking about hazardous material, correct? Okay? Hazardous material, okay? Picture please. Take picture.
Selfie.
Okay. Ready?
Dami.
Hazardous material. If we talk about hazardous material, gentlemen, we are talking about chemicals. Okay? You understand, huh? Chemicals. So, chemical is a hazard with a hazard. What are the hazard with chemical? So, that's when I told you, we will now review. A hazardous material can be flammable. What is the hazard with flammable? It can catch fire. It's toxic. So it means it's poisonous, so it will come to our body by breathing. By breathing. Or we call it what? Inhalation hazard. You remember this? You remember this? The one you discussed with the inhalation hazard. Did you remember this? Give me a thumbs up. Who don't understand it? Okay. Inhalation. Okay? What is the hazard with inhalation? If you inhale or you breathe toxic material, it can kill you or it can damage your lungs. You understand? Okay, good. Another hazard with chemical is corrosive, so it can burn your skin or can make corrosion. So how you will control? So, to control a hazardous material, you have to read first the CHB or HAZCOM label. Okay? What is CHB stands for? Chemical Hazard Bulletin. And what is written in the Chemical Hazard Bulletin and HAZCOM label? It provides you the hazard and precaution how to handle chemical safety. Do I make myself clear? Okay, good. Okay, so you should know how to handle it. You should know what is the danger about the chemical. So you read it first. Okay. Any question? Okay, good. Another precaution for hazardous material, especially for inhalation, is wearing to protect your lungs, is wearing the proper respirator. Okay? A respirator is the one protecting your lungs. And remember, for H2S, hydrogen sulfide, the proper respirator is only two. What is that? The SCABA, or self-contained breathing apparatus, and SABA, which is what? Supplied air breathing apparatus. Do I make myself clear, gentlemen?
Yes.
Is it clear? So remember, if a chemical enter our body by breathing, okay, it can damage your lungs, so it's called inhalation. Now, to protect your lungs, you need a proper respirator. Okay? Different chemical, different respirator. Okay? And specifically for H2S, the only allowed respirator is SCABA, which is self-contained breathing apparatus, and SABA, which is supplied air breathing apparatus. Do I make myself clear, gentlemen? Good. Can I go next? Can I go next?
Yes.
Okay, good. So remember, I will review you. EOLB is a permit where you say equipment opening line breaking. EOLB required, when do we need EOLB? Opening a line containing a line hydrogen sulfide, changing a gasket of hazardous material, and swinging of blind or pipe disconnection. Is it clear? So if you see these words, it means what? unit EOLB. What are the hazardous material? Please highlight. Simple. Oil and gas, steam, H2S, nitrogen, and all the acid, caustic, sulfuric. You understand me? Is it clear? Is it clear? Oil and gas means what? The oil, crude oil, and what? Natural gas. Natural gas. Then remember the hazard and precaution for the specific chemicals, which is what? This one. Okay. Now, let's go now to the second permit, which is the hot work. Oh, here. Okay. Take picture, please. Okay, ready? Okay, ready? Okay, one more. Yala, take picture. Be ready always with your camera. So we can be fast. I'm tired. Okay, ready? Okay, ready? Let's start first. Hot work permit. When do we need it? Hot work permit is required for activities involved ignition source or source of ignition. Okay? What are the example of hot work permit? Welding, cutting, open flame work, vehicle entry inside the restricted area like crane, boom truck, vacuum truck, abrasive blasting or what we call sand blasting or grate blasting. Okay? So these are all example of hot work. Why? It has what? Source of what? Ignition. Do you agree? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Good. So what are the minimum requirement? For EOLB, you know the minimum requirement, right? This is the minimum requirement for EOLB. Okay? These are the minimum requirement for EOLB. So it means hot work has also minimum requirement. What are the minimum requirement for hot work permit? Assign a fire watch. Gas testing must be done. Hot work permit, the LEL or flammable gas must be always what? Zero. Why? Because if there is a flammable gas and there is an ignition source, you will catch fire. Okay? So what does it mean? There should be no flammable gas in the area when you do hot work. Makes sense, right? Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay, now, okay. Give me a thumbs up if you agree, huh? We finished manager. Did we finish the manager? I discussed the manager, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Division head, I discussed?
Yes.
Yes. Certified issuer, did I discuss?
Yes.
Okay. Designated representative, did I discuss it?
Yes.
Okay. Receiver, I discussed the responsibility, yes?
Yes.
No? Hey, BJ Group, no, why you do no? Did I discuss all the receiver? Oh, why you said no? I can see you, the one I told you, or Hindi style, okay? Gentlemen, I will teach you, I will teach you. I will, inshallah, this is my camera working now, it's not working. Ready? Ready? Fire watch. We go now to the person. Fire watch. Assigned by the issuer. Okay? So if you don't have a fire watch, you talk to the issuer. What kind of fire watch you should have? A trained fire watch to operate fire equipment. What is the responsibility of fire watch? Monitor ignition source to prevent fire during hot work activity. Remember this, huh? And the fire watch must remain at least 30 minutes after cutting, welding, or open flame work in an oil and gas plant. Why? 30 minutes is enough to make the steel cool down because heat is a source of ignition. Do I make myself clear, gentlemen? Is it clear? Is it clear? So please remember fire watch. They're always asking about fire watch. So what are the questions? I don't know. You have all the information you need for the fire watch. So remember, like for example, this one. If your fire watch is not trained, ask the issuer. Stop the work. Ask the issuer. Issuer will assign you a new fire watch. You must be trained to operate fire equipment. Monitor ignition source to prevent fire during the hot work, and the fire watch must remain 30 minutes. Do I make myself clear? So we finished the fire watch. So I finished 6 people. The last person is who? Standby man. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So ready? Baden, let's start my man. Now, let's go now to what? Take picture, please. Okay, ready? Heavy equipment. So we already know that heavy equipment or any truck, see, look, vehicle entry, second, crane, boom truck, vehicle, so it's a heavy equipment, is a hot work permit because it's a source of ignition. But we go more on detail of heavy equipment. What's the major hazard of heavy equipment? It can hit people and damage the equipment. Damage not the heavy equipment, the pipes, the tanks, the pumps, compressor, the company property. Okay? So what is the control? That's why to make sure that the heavy equipment is, the operator is trained, he has to have what? A certified, he has to be a certificate. He should be certified to operate the crane or any heavy equipment. Then, the equipment should have an inspection sticker valid, okay? And to make sure it will not hit and damage equipment, you have to put barricade and warning sign for proper safe clearance. Do I make myself clear, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Is it, wait, is it clear?
Yeah.
Is it clear? Do you understand this? Gentlemen, simple. I write this down. I put this one. I made this one. I made this whole thing. So it means what? It's important. Maybe it will come, maybe it will not come. Why? There are 300 questions prepared. They will only get 34 from the 300 questions. Do you understand me? They have a set of questions. There are many questions prepared, but from the many questions, the bank of questions, they will only get 34 questions. 34. So I don't know what will come, but you have all the information you need for the 300 questions. Do you make myself clear? I repeat, it's 34 questions only, You will only answer 34 questions. But there are many questions prepared. The computer will select from the bank. Okay. Any question? Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Another hard work. Take picture, please. Okay. Dala. Okay. Abrasive blasting or sandblasting. Simple. One hazard is high noise. So it can damage your what? Of course. Ears. You understand me? Okay? It's common sense. If somebody answer, what part of your body will be damaged due to high noise? And if you answer eyes, I will put earplug in your eyes. Is it clear? Okay. High pressure. So possible of house disconnection. Okay, for those who don't know abrasive blasting, I will show you what is abrasive blasting. This is abrasive blasting, gentlemen. See, there is a hose. See, there is a hose. Okay, this is the abrasive blaster material. Okay, so simple as that. Why we do abrasive blasting? to remove pipe coating, okay? Grades, grades, okay? Simple as it, okay? So, that is abrasive blasting, huh? So, let's continue. So, possible, low visibility, why? There will be what? Lots of flying particles, so you cannot see. And that flying particles can cause what? Inhalation. Okay? Do you agree? Do you agree? Okay, good. So what will be the control? For high noise, the first one, try to reduce it. Replace replace the SESMA, the old generator. The old generator are very noisy. Okay? The old compressors are very noisy, so try to replace with a new one. And wear the what? Proper PPE, which is earplug and earmuff. So remember the three, three ways, three procedure or three control method for what? For high noise, reduce, replace, and wear hearing protection. Do you understand me? Is it clear? What is reduce? Try to isolate. For example, I have a noisy equipment. Put what? A wall. You understand me? Okay? Enclosure. Now, for high pressure, high disconnection, safety pin and what? Safety cable wire. Okay? And this one. Highlight this. Highlight. Understand this. Actually, you have to understand everything. For abrasive blasting, there should be the three things. Dead man switch, air supply hood, which is your respirator, dead man switch, and banding and grounding. Why we did banding and grounding? To discharge static electricity. Why? Static electricity from abrasive blasting is a source of ignition. Do I make myself clear?
Yeah.
So remember the three, air supply hood, which is the respirator, dead man switch. Teacher, what is the dead man switch? The one you press. Okay? For the abrasive blasting material and banding and grounding. Any question? Teacher, what is the air supply hood? This one. This is the hood. See, this one, he is pressing something. This is the dead man switch. See, he is pressing something. Dead man switch, This guy, see, pressing something. Dead man switch. Okay? So that is a dead man switch. See, this one. Then, grounding. You know, grounding, banding. Okay? I will look for a banding. It's not here. Any question, gentlemen? Is it clear?
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Good. So I can go next. Now, cold work. Take picture, please.
Review ng ito na
So cold work. Highlight. A cold work permit is required for any activity does not involve ignition source. What are the activities? So you remember this word, use of hand tools. So if you see in the question use of hand tools, immediately you know it's cold work. Scaffolding, removing insulation by asbestos, but lung damage. So what is the minimum requirement for cold work? Even though it's cold work, you have to do or perform joint site inspection and sometimes may require gas testing. Okay, so please remember this. Okay, so these are example of cold work. So ready? Take picture, please. Okay, so here we go. For scaffolding, which is sometimes you do scaffolding erection, okay, but usually work at height. Possible of the major hazard is fall. Okay, so everybody knows it. It's common sense. But remember, the scaffolding should have the following parts: top rail, middle rail, toe board, and safe access, which is what? The ladder. Put it in your brain, Top rail, middle rail, toe board, or safe access. Teacher, what is this? Simple. I'll give you.
Forward din siya.
Tapos sa
Dito
dulo.
na dito. Upload.
Top roll sa ano.
Stop eh.
Very slow. What happened to you? What is wrong with you, man?
Umaga.
So simple. If you cannot see it, simple, huh? Simple, simple. What is the top rail? This one. Middle rail, toe board, and this is the safe access. Okay? Is it clear? Top rail, middle rail, toe board, so the tools will not fall down. So this one is wrong. There is no toe board here. We cannot accept this one. Okay? They have a top rail, middle rail, but no toe board. Should have top rail, middle rail, toe board. Okay? So that is a good example of what? Of scaffolding. Top rail, middle rail, toe board. See this one? Top rail, middle rail, toe board. Okay. Oops, there one. I forgot. See, it's working now. Here, top rail, middle rail, toe board. But I don't see any ladder here. That's how they will climb.
Pero sa loob yan.
This one, top rail, middle rail, toe board. This is the toe board. See, top rail, middle rail, toe board, and the ladder. Okay? So that's it. Then, of course, the scaffolding tag. You should have valid for 2 weeks. And full body harness with double lanyard plus the trauma suspension trauma. Okay? Any question? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Is it clear? So another one that I want you to remember, especially for the use of hand tools, it's common sense. Why do we inspect tools? Why? To check for any damage, to check for any moving parts, to check for loose parts. Okay? To make sure that hand tools is safe to be used. Do you understand me? Is it clear? Is it clear? Common sense, Now, last permit. Ready your camera. Take picture now.
साफ लीजिए, दूर से बोलेंगे तब लीजिए। खड़ा खड़ा करके उसे लीजिए, खड़ा कर सुधा के मोबाइल।
Okay. Confined space. What is a confined space? Confined space definition and meaning. It's a space not designed for human occupancy or stay. So it's a tank. You are not allowed to sleep there. You are not allowed to eat there. It's not designed for human, for people. Another meaning of confined space is a space with limited access or entry and exit. Okay? Space with limited ventilation means the air is not moving properly. And a space that contains hazardous atmosphere like low oxygen and flammable and toxic gas. Okay? Remember this. So what is a confined space entry permit? You need this permit if entry of any part of your body